Hey guys, Valerie, I'm here. As y'all can see, I just hopped out of the shower. My friends and family, they call it the Fulgrim 15. I'm not 15 minutes late, 3 minutes late here. So I'm so sorry. I got cleaned for y'all. Not that you can smell me, but I didn't put on makeup. But I was pretty disgusting and was running around crazy. So I am so excited to pop on in this group. I'm so excited that you guys are doing this. Jenny has been one of my coaches as well and had me interested in that 90-day run because my team really needed a boost. Not only were there new people that just wanted to join in the excitement of something big like this to get started, but there were people that joined in the very beginning that had hit a slump. There were people that really put their foot on, the brakes during COVID and kind of felt defeated, and they needed something fun to get them excited and going again. And hi, everybody. Hi, Trish. Hi, Chelsea. But needed something. And I think one of the biggest pieces to this that made it so fun for my group, so we did it March, April, and May, was when we kicked off and started it. And one of the most fun pieces was using this as accountability. That's the whole purpose of that tracker, right? I had a lot of people start out submitting them, and then they had a bad week, and so they didn't submit it, which turned into 2 weeks of not submitting it, which turned into 3 weeks of not submitting it. And so what I encourage you to do is, even if you fill in 2 of the 10 spots that were supposed to be filled in, turn that in, because 1, you're not in trouble, and 2, let that drive you for the next week to be like, I'm at least going to fill in 3. I'm going to do a little bit more. The goal is to fill out that whole sheet because that makes us feel like just a highly productive, highly successful week. But we all know that life gets in the way, and some weeks things just don't happen. But it doesn't mean that that needs to roll into the next week, something not happening, and the next week. And so while you have this huge group accountability right here, I even encourage you to find someone else in here for a one-on-one accountability, like, hey, have you sent in your tracker yet? To kind of remind each other, because your master directors, your uplines, they're not going to be following, chasing you down for them, because truly they can give you the tools and they can put these things out here, but it is up to you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, to take that seriously and to turn that in, right? And so another thing I really want to encourage you to do, besides getting an accountability partner within this group where you kind of chat about it, is to fully participate. If there's a training that Valerie posts, comment under it that you watched it so people see that people are doing it and they're participating. Share your favorite takeaway from it. Also use this group if you have great success with reach out language. Post it in there, share it with everybody. Those are the things that spur others into action and make them excited, and you feel good because you shared something that's helpful. So really use this to interact, because as leaders, when we put things out there and we don't hear much, it can get kind of frustrating, right? Because you feel like people aren't doing it. And in this business, we all know how much we hate being ghosted, right? Well, when we don't respond to things that are put out there for us, you're ghosting us, So just think of it that way. Give it the thumbs up, participate in it, do it. And also, don't expect instant results. Honestly, my team is still seeing the results of what they started back in March, rolling in now 5 months later in July. So if you stay persistent and you keep doing this, I had a girl, and I love to share her, Shannon. She joined in the very beginning. She had not even hit team leader, okay? And COVID had laid off, and her husband was diagnosed with cancer. We all have these situations that just really, take our foot off this. She was like, you know what? I'm going to give it one more go. I'm going to take this 90-day run, and for 90 days, I'm committing to myself to do the do. And I'm going to touch my business daily. And I think people get confused when they hear touch your business daily. They think that means that you sit down for an hour or 2 hours. No, it can be 5 minutes, to reach out to customers. It can be 5 minutes to reach out, to a prospect that you've had on a list. And I think a key to it is staying organized, keeping lists so that when you have those 5 minutes, you look down, you're like, oh yeah, I wanted to text Jen about this. Oh yeah, I wanted to follow up with this person. So Shannon committed to it, and then she partnered with Stephanie, another person that shared that same commitment. Like, I need to restart this thing. Stephanie was about to hit director right before COVID hit. She had right over 14,000 in volume. She had the structure. Stephanie put her foot on the gas all of COVID. Her team fell apart. She lost the structure, and she went down to $4,000 in volume. Stephanie, at the end of this in June, just hit director, and she had fallen all the way down to 4,000. Shannon, the one that hadn't even hit team leader in 2 years, nothing rolled in March, but she persisted. Nothing rolled in April, but she persisted. In May, she signed 5 people. She hit senior team leader, and she'll probably hit executive team leader this month. Those were 2 people that committed to the process, and even though they weren't seeing results 1 month in, even 2 months in, they committed to it because it starts to roll forward. I use as an accountability partner a lot. You guys are so lucky to have her. I wish she was my upline sometimes, and I use her like she is. She knows how much I love her. And she's such a cheerleader for you. If you plug in, she is such a cheerleader for you, and has just so much wisdom from this industry. But Valerie knew that I was struggling with recruiting. So you know what? I dove into the 3-month process too. And I was like, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to start my reach outs all over again. I'm going to start looking through my contact list and just starting over and really asking for referrals. Who do you know that I should know? I'm building this business. We are growing like, wildfire. It's so much fun. Who do you know that I should know? And guys, in April, I signed 3 people. In May, I signed 2 people. And I had been on like a 6-month drought. And I just talked to someone today that's supposed to be joining that I started talking to in March, and it took 5 months until July. So this process works if you're committed to it. I know Marlise is doing a great social media kind of campaign for you guys. I encourage you to plug into that. She's given such awesome examples there. And, use this group for excitement, use it for ideas. If you have a question, if you're in a drought, post it in there, and then everybody chime in and give suggestions. So, that's really what I wanted to share with you guys, was that the process works if you work the process. But if you've ever heard Sarah Nielsen tell the kicking the green weight story about how she wanted her arms to look good, so she downloaded this workout and she put the weights beside her bed and she wished for those arms, but every day she kicked the green weights and she didn't get the arms because she didn't do the do. The tools are right there. They're being given to you. Don't kick the weights. If you're wishing for a huge goal, you can achieve it as long as you do the do. So I always leave my team with this quote: whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right.